Welcome back to the Big 550 KTRS. It is your Saturday morning wake up, and our next guest is going to tell us about an event happening this weekend. She is the executive director of CHAD's Coalition, and that is Marian McCord. Good morning, Marian. How are you today?
I'm great. Good morning to you as well.
Oh, well, thank you very much. CHAD's Coalition, Communities Healing Adolescent Depression and Suicide. Tell me how this began.
CHAD's is named in honor of my son, Chad, who took his life when he was 18. He was an incredible kid, and we only knew for 6 months before his death, he died by suicide, and we only knew for 6 months before his death that he struggled with depression. But in that 6 months, I learned a lot about mental illness through him. I seen it firsthand how difficult and the challenges that children face with mental health issues. And it was his dream that when he got better, he wanted to go back to schools and talk about depression and to be a voice of hope and to teach other kids not to do what he did, and that was to hide his disease in shame and silence. And he obviously will never be able to fulfill that dream, but as his parents, we vowed to be his voice, to raise awareness, and to try to save teen life. Our primary programs for CHADs are bullying prevention, as well as using the evidence-based signs of suicide prevention program in middle schools, high schools, and universities, and supporting families who have children with mood disorders.
And so you take these programs and travel to area schools to educate and to inform and to get the word out about, I guess, signs and treatments and other, just to get awareness, raise awareness for depression and suicide.
Absolutely. We need to be talking about that. It's there. The kids are dealing with these issues, and keeping it silenced and not giving the kids an opportunity to talk about depression is not helping. So we've been really pleased with the response that we've gotten back from the community. We consistently, when we go into a school and do talk about depression and suicide, then when we do the SOS program, we have almost 11% of the kids will self-identify that they need to talk to a counselor about themselves or a friend.
Mm-hmm. So there's an event that's happening then today, later this afternoon, and it is kicking off at the same time another awareness way to, I guess it's the Walk Across Missouri, and that is another effort to raise awareness for mental health education and prevention. Mark Norwine is part of the CHAD's group as well.
Absolutely. We are so proud of Mark. He openly talks about his struggles with mental illness, and he is such a ray of sunshine and such a ray of hope for people who have mental illness. And he wanted to walk across the state to raise awareness and to be a voice of hope to our community. And he has walked across the state. He's using the Katy Trail, and it's 200 miles, and he'll be walking his last mile of his Walk Across Missouri into Creve Coeur Park to kick off Kids Walking for Kids. And we're hoping that there will be hundreds of people from the community joining him, showing their support, and celebrating what the community is doing to show support for mental health. He'll kick off Kids Walking for Kids, and Kids Walking for Kids is our signature event that we have had for many years, and it's held every week in honor of Children's Mental Health Week. And many teens have formed in honor of someone they know that has died by suicide, whether it was a young person or an older person. And they've been raising money. Then on Kids Walking for Kids, we are going to celebrate what this community has done to support kids with mental illness. All the money that we raise will go to either to support research, or it will go to support bullying prevention or suicide prevention programs in the schools, or our family support program to support families. And Kids Walking for Kids, it's about depression, but it's not depressing. It's a fun event. There's a ton of things to do, whether you're a 1-year-old or you're 99 years old. There's arts and crafts. There's inflatables. We have Joe Dirt and the Dirty Boys are coming. Lots of crafts. And we are also having a memorial walk to remember and honor those that have died by suicide. But to balance that, we also have our Circle of Hope, which is a circle that is filled with stories of young people as well as older people that have risen above their mental illness and are now leading happy, healthy lives, and showing that it should never end in a suicide. And then to top off the night, we're going to have an incredible fireworks display that is choreographed to music that is donated to Chad's compliments of Gateway Fireworks. They had a son who had died by suicide, Joshua. So it is going to be a great event, and we're hoping that so many people come out and celebrate with us, because there's so many kids that are impacted by mental illness. I know it means a lot to them, and it also means a lot to survivors, and it's a very therapeutic for survivors to come out and to remember those that have died by suicide.
It certainly is, and it's a great thing you're doing. I don't think there are very many people at all, if anyone, that doesn't know someone personally or have a friend that has been affected by either depression or suicide. It is shockingly common, but not talked about as much.
I know. And when you think in terms of children, we believe that 1 out of 8 of our teenagers will have clinical depression. And we also know that we lose more kids to suicide than the top 6 leading causes of medical deaths combined.
Wow.
And when you look at those statistics, and then you look at, well, how much are we investing in research for kids with early onset mood disorders? And the answer is tragic. In spite of it being by far the leading cause of death among our children, it receives just a sliver of our national research budget. And as a mom who's lost a child to suicide, I feel like I pay the highest price for that injustice. Mm-hmm. And I can't sit still and not do anything because we need to all get engaged as a community. We need to look at this problem, and we need to be doing more about it. And one of those things is we have got to have more money to support research.
Well, you are doing the absolute best thing, and that is to get out and raise awareness and make it happen. And so I applaud you and admire you for that. And what ways those that are wanting to come and attend and help raise awareness and help support this cause, what can they do?
This event is at Creve Coeur Park, and we are meeting at the Tremaine Shelter. If people would like to walk that last mile with Mark, we are meeting a mile out from Tremaine, close to the Taco Bell shelter. There's a Taco Bell parking lot, and there's a flag pole there. And that's where we are meeting, and that we will walk into the park with Mark. And then if they wanted the event, Kids Walking for Kids, then we'll start, and it will go on until 9 o'clock. So people can come and go as they please. There will be food there. There will be a chance to donate. We are asking for a $10 donation to come in to register for this event. And if kids want to use, that pretty much entitles them to all the most of the activities. There's a few things like the inflatables or a couple of the crafts that they'll have to get a ride bracelet for, which is $10. But otherwise, and if it's a hard time for families and they just can't afford it, they can certainly come and just sit back and enjoy the music. We encourage families to come. Bring a blanket, bring your lawn chairs, and just sit back, relax, enjoy your family. And if you cannot make the event, you certainly can make a donation online. If you would go to our website, www.chadscoalition.org, there's a ton of information on the website. There's directions on how to get to Tremaine Shelter, and you can make a donation as well online. And so otherwise, you just come to the event that day. You do not have to pre-register. And again, we just want this to be a shout-out about Missouri. We are having a national documentary being made about Mark's walk across Missouri.
Wow.
And we want to show the country how Missouri can rally together and how we do support mental health as a community. We're just really excited about this opportunity of the documentary, and so once the event is over, we will continue to raise awareness through the documentary, and I think we're going to have some great outcomes out of this. So come out and be a part of the documentary. Who knows, maybe you can get your story on the documentary.
A terrific thing that you are doing to raise awareness. Marian McCord, Executive Director of Chad's Coalition, and the event happens later on this afternoon and this evening, and it marks the end of Mark's Walk across Missouri. 200 miles. That's dedication, and we admire him for that. We admire everything that you're doing, Marian. Thanks again. chadscoalition.org to make donations and for more information about the event on later on this afternoon at Creve Coeur Park. Anything else that you want to add?
No, I just want for those of you who have children to celebrate your children, to never take them for granted, and encourage all parents to have conversations about mental health. It's something we all need to talk about.
Absolutely. All right. Marian McCord, again, Executive Director of Chad's Coalition, chadscoalition.org. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, and we'll see you and everyone else out at Creve Coeur Lake Park for the Kids Walking for Kids event later on this evening. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.